to my channel. My name is Karina and I am an SLPA who typically makes speech and language content on here for other SLPAs. However, I'm also a mom to a 18-month-old very soon, so I do make content for my mommies out there as well. This video is all about my toddler favorites that I have found, discovered, tried out, and liked on Amazon. I'm gonna break these things up into 5 different categories. So the very first one is actually going to be play, and then after that I'm gonna get into safety, and then I'm going to talk about eating stuff. The fourth will be travel, and the very last one will be hygiene. So these are things that either we discovered when he was a newborn, maybe we got as gifts from a baby shower or something, and then later on we kept using it, or it's something that we discovered on our own, and as a toddler, my son has loved it, we love it. This is stuff I think you very much need if you do have a toddler. I'm defining toddler around 9 months. No, let's get into 12 months and up, only because the very first ones that I'm talking about in the play area are those push and play things. This one specifically that I'm talking about is by Little Tikes, and it's a sort of car slash, not a bike, it's more of a car, but he was using it before he was a year old, maybe around 10 months. He was trying to get into this, and we would kind of carry him around the house in it and roll him around, make the beep beep sounds for a car, for him to know that goes into a car. And now that he is almost 18 months, he can get on it himself. He tries to ride it himself, tries to push himself on it. So it's kind of grown with him, but that's why I was saying I was defining the toddler stage even before 1 year old. The second and last thing in the play area is going to be the Polka Dot Book. Now this one I think is so good. I actually discovered on Instagram by an account called Motherhood and Milestones, I think is what it is, and she shows you so many toys that you can find anywhere, but a lot of them do come from Amazon. And this one was one, it's a polka dot book to kind of refine their poking skills and help their little hands and stuff. Again, my son was using this before he was a year old. Now that he's a toddler, he still very much likes this book. He likes to for us to read it, of course, but he likes to play with it and it keeps him kind of busy. We do plan on getting more of these as well from Amazon. The second, and I think the biggest thing that I have here is from safety. So here I have a variety of products, but the number one thing that I think you will need as you're getting into the toddler stage are going to be those safety locks, and they sell so many on Amazon. However, these came in handy because they were super easy to apply, all over the house. Not apply, to install. It doesn't have any screws, it doesn't have anything that's difficult to put on. It's just like one of those adhesive straps, and then you can put it wherever you need to. This worked for a while. I will say though that they don't last too long. We had them in our restroom specifically, and after my son was continuously opening and closing the drawers and the cabinets, they do fall off, but I think it's still a good investment. I mean, we're still buying this brand. We love it. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I didn't say this one first. The corner protectors, or corner like furniture sort of protectors. I actually have some here that I'm looking at inside of my son's room. We have these anywhere. We have these in our room off of our bed. Like there's a huge chunk of the bed, as you're coming off, it's pretty sharp. So we use this on the edge of our counter as well in the kitchen, because I don't want my son to fall over, hurt his ear, hurt his head, his forehead, something. So we use this all over the house. I highly recommend getting the ones, not just the corner ones, but the ones that you can cut yourself. Maybe get both, because we did start off with the corner protectors, and that was really good for a lot of our furniture around the house when he was learning to stand up and was still kind of all over the place. And now that he can walk and is climbing things, we need things that are very long and that we can customize to the size of different things. For example, his furniture in his room, like I said, the counter and the kitchen, they're all different sizes. So I would recommend getting the one where you can cut yourself and then you take off the little adhesive stuff and you stick it on. They work perfectly. Next is the playmat that we have in our living room. This we have also had for a long time, maybe since my son was about 6 months or sooner, as soon as he could sit up. So we do have tile all over our house, except in the bedrooms we have carpet. And we were often in the living room, when people come over and stuff, our living room is there with the tile on the floor. And we didn't want my son to just be sitting on the cold floor. Even in the wintertime, it does get colder. So we immediately bought a playmat, and this one is one that I specifically like because it's very aesthetically pleasing. We have the gray one and it goes very well with our walls and our whole vibe in the house. and it's a good size. Another favorite are the socks with grip. So these are interesting because it's something else I found on Instagram, but my son finds them very interesting. When he was first learning how to walk, you know, it would help him again with the tile on the floor. I don't want him to slip and stuff. And I found that regular socks I would find, you know, Target, Amazon, Walmart, they were a lot more slippery for him. So these I like because whether they're learning to walk or not, the grip really helps them, you know, to pull up to stand and stuff. So it does really help. It's not too sticky where they're struggling to move their sock or anything. It just provides the right amount of grip. Next category I'm getting into is for eating. Now, I highly recommend, number one thing, a silicone sort of mat. And I know they sell different ones. I've seen other people purchase them on Amazon that are the plastic, thin, almost disposable mats that you can take, you know, when you're going out to eat or anything. I personally like the silicone one because it's reusable. I just have to wipe it off anytime that he's eating on it, and then he gets to use it again. I don't have to worry about, do I have this in his diaper bag? Do I not? I mean, I do, but it's one item. I'm not carrying for more than one. And then the silicone I like, again, because we get to use it in our house when he's eating. We get to use it out and about. We have lost it before though, so we had to buy another one. But again, I went ahead and just purchased the same one from Mushie because I really like this brand. I like what they're about, and this one worked perfectly for us. Something else we recently discovered after my son was about 1 year old. 1 year old. After he was 1, we bought silverware for him, and I'm actually thinking of purchasing this again from the same company. I think it's Nuke. You pronounce it Nuke. And I like these specifically because it's silverware. You know, it's not just plastic stuff for kids. And this one specifically, the ones we got was Elmo and Cookie Monster, and he really liked that. But these I like because they kind of mimic, you know, a real fork and a real spoon. We found that we were buying the plastic ones from Target and stuff, different brands we were trying out. And while we have a lot of them, they don't work the same. They don't have a wide handle the way this one does from Amazon. And if he's using the plastic one, it's very likely he's going to reach for ours because he wants to be a big boy and wants to be just like parents and the adults. So he'll reach for our real fork and our real spoon. But if we give him these little silverware ones, he kind of thinks it's just like ours. Next category is travel. So here we don't do too much traveling, to be completely honest, but I had to make a different category for this item. This is the Omniboost chair. So we have used this a couple of times. We've used it, the very first time was when my son was about 6 months, 5-6 months, and we used it when we went to the lake. So we didn't want to immediately put him into the lake with us as we're swimming. So we kept him kind of off to the side, but for us to hang out, we provided him like a seat, and that's what I think is really neat about it. You know, he's a little baby, but he gets to sit in there and have his own space. When he was 5-6 months, we did use the actual thing to make it more of a high chair. So he was with us, getting to just chill and eat, you know, his strawberries or whatever we would give him for a snack. And now that he's a toddler, I'm excited to use it again. Hopefully he remembers it, but I'm excited to just sit him down and have him next to us while we're in our seats and he feels like he can just vibe with us. Last category is hygiene. Now this is my favorite because I will ride and die by this product. Mustela, I'm gonna say that. They're cleansing water specifically for babies. Now you wanna make sure if you're gonna buy this that you get this one, because I've accidentally bought other ones that were cheaper and I thought I was saving money, but they also have products like for when you're bathing your child. So they have a gel version of this and then they have the cleansing water. I personally like the cleansing water because we already have our favorite shampoo and stuff, but the cleansing water specifically, more so when he was a baby, itty bitty, when he would wake up and have kind of crust around his eyes or food on his face and stuff, I would wipe it immediately with the soft washcloth and with this cleansing water. We also use it a lot when he was an itty bitty baby for diaper changes. Instead of washing our hands immediately after, this was kind of our cleansing water, you know, to quickly do it because he was using the restroom more often. And then now that he's a toddler, he kind of is in the routine of when he wakes up and when he's going to sleep, I do clean like his entire body. If he's not going to take a shower or for a nap, for example, if he has food, he just ate a snack, I'll wipe it off with this cleansing water. You know, right now he's at a stage where he doesn't like me to really touch his face when it's dirty, but I think this comes in handy. It smells good, it works very good, and it's free of all the nasty ingredients too. Next item in the hygiene category is the Safety First Health and Beauty Kit. This one was one that we got as a gift, but we're still using today. I highly recommend it because it comes in this little blue bag. And this is something we take with us if we ever travel. You know, me and Nathan have our own little toiletry bag, and then we have one for Rio now with this kit. Now, if we're not traveling though, we keep all of these items in his little bag. We keep a lot of his medicines, we keep his nail clippers, we keep his comb and his brushes, everything in this, so it's kind of his toiletry bag still at home. Last item that I'm going to share with you guys is the Scalp scrubbie. This comes in handy for sure when they're babies and they have not dandruff, I forgot what it's called, but when they have the stuff in their head, you know, in their hair, and you have to be wiping it off continuously, making sure it goes away. This is when it comes in handy. They have one side for like the brush, and then they have the other side where you could put water or, you know, smooth out their hair. So this came in handy both as a baby and now as a toddler. He hates me touching his hair. He just hates it. So even when he's in the shower and I go to grab soap, like he knows when I'm gonna touch his hair, and when I do it, he doesn't like me and my hands, my fingers, I guess, touching his hair. But if I'm using this one, then he doesn't mind. It's weird, but I highly recommend this too. Those are all of my toddler favorites. I hope you guys did like this video. If you're going to buy any of these, or if you're interested, I am leaving all of these links in my description box below. So if you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It'll mean so much to me, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.